Hello everybody, we are back, and the audio is quite loud. Okay, we're back. We are back. Who's... okay, let's load up. So, it's this one. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious. Just went, oh shit, fuck. Wait, let's redo that. Hello everybody, this is Mr. Mascot 21107, and, fuck. Hello everybody, it's Mr. Mascot 21107, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. This is episode number 9. Pretty much close to 10, but not that much close to 11. Yay. And in the last episode, what happened? Things happened. I got bumped into. I'm now kind of part of Lily and Hanako's friend group. And I don't think Misha or Shizune ever figured out which place was the best to go downtown for lunch. So let's load up in here, and I did not totally waste basically half a minute with my introductions. So it's this one. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious. Just winded. Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff, and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic or metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi, Lily, Hanako. I guess the girls know each other. Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I found myself smiling. I know that, I was just... I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I was running instead. Sorry. But I've gotta change and everything. That's pretty weird. Hey, Zombie, how you doing? Hey, that's like the best friend group ever. It's Zombie, Lily, Hanako, and then Hisao with his weird-ass fucking cow lick hair. Before any of us can say anything, Emmy has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors. But that really stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight, composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. She'll be off then? We'll be off, if you know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean. Lily heads off a lot. 1 second. Woo! Lily heads off along the hallway and Hanako hurries after her. See you later, Zombie. Guess we're going to the tea room. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting out both of their lunch boxes. So, is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so we ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanako's reactions to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why it is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So how are you faring? And Yamaku Hisao, he seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and again and being crash-tackled outside my classroom, fine, I guess. You looked pretty hurt before. Are you really okay? For a brief moment, I considered telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expressions, I don't think that they're buying it, but in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask, even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's, and there's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things that they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in the school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved into the dormitories when Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved to the dormitories when she did. When I did? If memory serves me right. That's right. Since high school. Okay, whatever. So you've known each other since then? Since I moved? Yes, Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Right. Yeah, of course. Living next to someone is probably reason enough to befriend them, though I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who is to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out. I guess I'd better be off. Are you going to go with us out, Hanako? Hanako looks up at me for a second, and I can see that she's considering skipping class. Maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Yes. I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking if looked at in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. Oh god, he's got like glare in her eyes looking at Hanako here. Hanako's looking at the table. The table's looking at Lily, and Lily's looking at, I don't know. She's echolocating herself around the room. That's what she's doing. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take her cane, Hanako and I filing out before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns toward me. Isao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. And with that, we part ways, Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and I to make off to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. So, do you really want to go back to class now? Yes. Okay, then. I feel like I should say something more to One sec. Okay, I've calmed down and stopped laughing of what I said. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the class and walk in. The teacher looks up at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and Suzune are both missing as well. I wonder if it's some form of informal agreement with the staff, or if it's a perk afforded to the unique students of the school. Trying to make as little disturbance as I can, I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. The class goes on quietly. The teacher seems like an okay person, despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre, as if he expects everyone is a natural genius. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm wondering what to do. It's odd, at the hospital I have 24 hours a day of free time, but here, filling in considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Matao is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. What is it, Nakai? I jump at him, addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's no one else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he is holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher's more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. You have no plans? No, I consider joining a club, but I don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. It might pique your interest. I guess. But I don't know how to continue from there. Mattel looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels like I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek absent-mindedly, looking very unresponsive. These things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance. He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness, when the only way to communicate her is to talk from Misha? Or Hanako, it's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Teacher! Misha crashes in, hands straight and enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts toward the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Mitao, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general slumps in his chair. Mikado. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around closely, as if she's sensing from his tone that there's something wrong, but has no idea what. Yes? We have talked about volume control before. Yes. But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So what is it? We need help. We are running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is distress. She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood. Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there's only a little. But that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's none left there. So do you know where there's some? I don't understand. How would I know? Shi-chan, I mean the president, thought that the teacher would know if there's a plywood. Was she wrong? Mutao looks like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. Ah, what should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Namiya? I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold dead hands, but that's a different matter. Oh, fuck, you guys didn't see that. Shut up. I don't have time. You're so busy. She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do when you're falling behind the schedule. Mitao looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you can get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression as if he's trying to say, go make some more friends. I guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Ichan. You are really nice. Well, that niceness better pay off in some form of pay, don't you? Okay, I'm gonna stop. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her fingers, yelping, "Ah!" and looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Hichin doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hichin? No, I'm not. Is Hichin in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. Mitao sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So what do you need? There's a list. Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there is none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications of whether I'm joining the student council or not. Aww. Still, thanks, Ichan. Try to be quick. We are in a stall building streak now. We must hurry. Hurry. Yeah. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nikai. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting, that is undoubtedly Shizune's. I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. Hey, zombie! What's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Doing okay? Doing good? Not doing... Oh. Man, what happened to the kids? You serious? Damn, dude, I'm really sorry for that. Hopefully you can get better. Nah, I don't have the time in this episode to help you out. Wink, wink, wink. And oh wow, looking at the time now, we are just at 15 minutes. So looks like we'll have to end this episode here, guys. See you later, and wait for it. See you later, and bye.